Welcome to Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. Our guest, Rod Wright, he is a member of the California State Senate. And sir, I want to speak with you about gun rights and gun control, especially since you have been someone that has been working to balance those rights and have not been necessarily gunning, if I may say, for one side or the other.
Get you in trouble because both sides hate you.
Exactly, which is good. That means you're doing something right.
Right.
You know, in the wake of what happened in Connecticut, there's a lot of trepidation, a lot of fear. But yet, what many Californians may not know is our gun laws are not the same as the nation's.
Right.
In fact, ours would be arguably more toward the gun control side. Why don't you talk to us, for example, about the gun show loophole? We hear about that all the time.
The gun show loophole, in the United States, there are gatherings that happen every week someplace, many in California, where people are able to go and sell and trade guns, and whether it be a sports arena or a venue, convention center. In California, we have a law that says that those guns must go through the same process.
Background check.
A dealer record of sale is the technical term of that, or DROS form, on those weapons, as well they should.
So it's not as if we have this loophole that we hear about in the media nationally, where some states don't have it. You have to go through the check. You can't just buy it and leave.
But the challenge is you can go to Nevada and they don't have a gun.
We understand.
And so, yeah, so you can, Arizona doesn't, Nevada doesn't, so you have the ability for people to go and get guns.
So
in those
that's
places.
a national question.
Exactly.
Then there's the issue of the magazines, having a lot of bullets that can spray quickly.
Right.
Nationally, there's no specific law to preclude magazines in California.
We're 10. 10 rounds.
So it's another example of how California's laws are more stringent, I guess you could argue, than other states or the nation.
Right.
We also have different laws as it relates to open carry. Why don't you tell us about the distinctions between other states in the nation and our open carry?
Carry, so we're clear. The gun has to be unloaded.
Okay.
But the challenge is if you're in a supermarket, you don't know whether or not it's unloaded because you have no way of determining that as you look at it. In California, you're unable to carry a weapon open carry, which means that it's visible, not concealed, because that requires another license, and you can't do that in California.
And it's interesting you speak about a concealed weapon because as we speak, I was hearing on the radio that in Michigan, there was a law passed right before the Connecticut massacre that would allow more concealed weapons permits in places like schools. And so the governor is a little trepidatious now about that issue.
Oddly enough, if you take California, where I'm more familiar, there are no incidents where people who had concealed weapon permits robbed a store, shot a school, or did those kinds of crimes.
You go through increased checks.
Exactly. It's a different level of check. It's a different level of skill that you're required to demonstrate. And we've not had, I mean, we haven't even had many permits revoked. And typically when they are, they're done because there was a domestic violence dispute or something else. But you've not had people committing crimes with concealed carry permits.
I can see the argument for increasing concealed weapons permits. I understand because you go through increased training and background.
The scary thing is that there was a shooting at the Empire State Building
I
where the
remember
police
that.
who were trained, this was just 6 months ago, the police who were trained barged into a gun situation, and the police shot 8 people who were innocent civilians. So it
goes both ways.
It does. I mean, but at some point, you have to ask yourself the question. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and someone just breaks into your home. What do you want to have available to you to defend yourself?
I don't think at this stage there's much of a debate about illegalizing guns for those that want to have it next to their bed.
Oh, yes, there are. There are a number of people who would absolutely say that no one should have
I
a
don't
gun.
know that they'll go very far.
Exactly, because they take the British model and they say that you shouldn't have a gun altogether.
That's interesting.
And that becomes the pushback. But clearly we need to have regulations on who can have a gun and the type of gun that people should be able to acquire.
His name is Senator Rod Wright. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thank you for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.